I'm Willow, and I'm on my way to pick up a puppy to raise for Guiding Eyes for the Blind. A link to the Guiding Eyes website and to Newton's Twitter will be in the description. This is my dad.
Hello.
He's driving. And yeah, I'll film more when I have the puppy. So we've got Newton, and he's adorable and so soft. It's Newton's first night here, and he was pretty good at first and kind of super quiet and nice while we were there, and then we went up to bed and he's being super noisy. So I called Maureen and she said set a timer for 20 minutes, and if he's still crying in 20 minutes, then take him out to get busy and put him right back in. She's sure he'll go to sleep. Oh, listen to him, I feel so bad. Well, Maureen is one of the people at Guiding Eyes, so that's why I ask questions. So last night we moved the puppy's crate into my room, and he had pooped in the crate because I guess I didn't have him out long enough to use the bathroom as much as he needed to. And then we moved him to my room, and I slept on the floor with him, and he didn't cry during that. I texted Maureen I'm not supposed to do that again so that he doesn't learn to whine so he gets out of the crate. And I tried to put him back in the crate in the middle of the night to see if I could get him to settle there. He pooped in it again, so fun. We're currently on our way to work do carpentry-ish stuff at someone's house. We're taking Newton. He's going to try being in his crate some while we work. We brought 2 frozen Kongs, so hopefully that will work out. He just woke up. He just woke up on the car ride. Hey. We are on our way back from work, and Newton was very noisy in his crate almost all day. I took him out every half hour to an hour to try and get busy and give him some water. And each time I put him back in his crate, he'd be noisy, and then as the day got later, he started to get quieter as the longer he was in the crate. We are currently on our way to the library, where he'll hang out with me for a little bit in the not book room, and then go on a walk with my dad. He is currently asleep on my foot. So at the library, he peed on the floor. We waited outside. I tried to have him use the bathroom outside first, but he just lay down because he's exhausted. And then when we went in, he peed on the floor. But he also got some interactions with some people. The woman outside the library, Theo, the YA librarian, and some kids. And then we went to my piano lesson, and he seemed a little disturbed by the piano, so I'm going to practice piano with him some while he is happy. So yeah, he's currently napping on my foot on the car ride home. We just went on a walk in the park while my dad's at a dentist appointment. So we're currently waiting for him to get out. He should be back soon. So last night, Newton went asleep in the crate at 8, which was really good, but then he woke up at 10:30 and started barking. So after 20 minutes of barking, we took him out to do his business, and he went 1 and 2, yay. And then we put him back in the crate, and he kept barking for we let him bark for half an hour, and then the neighbors called the noise complaint, and we were already planning to take on walks if he kept barking, so we took him on a walk to tire him out, and then we moved the crate to the basement, so if he kept barking, the neighbors would not be kept awake so bad. And he barked for a while, and then I guess he went to sleep, or at least quieted. And then this morning, my dad, when he got up, he like used the sink and stuff, which made noises downstairs, and even then Newton was nice and quiet. And my dad went downstairs and into the basement, and he made like some soft sounds, but not too bad. And then when my dad let him out of the cage, he peed on the floor immediately. So we'll see what we can do about changing that, if that's a problem that repeats. We're going to be working again today at the same house, so he's going to be in the crate again today. Maybe he'll get more used to it. We're going to have him in the same room as us, so we can give him treats when he's quiet, hopefully make it a better experience for him being in the crate. A little bit more about when we were in the park. And whenever we passed other dogs, I'd pick him off because he's not fully vaccinated yet and stuff. And he was not desperate to get to them. He like watched them and like shifted around a little, but he was not like going crazy like let me at them or anything, which was good. Yay. And also he's really funny when we walked in the grass. He kept trying to walk with his face down in the grass. The original audio for this was unusual because of construction sounds, but the gist was that he was being very good in his crate. Here is the puppy. I'm currently petting him. He's so sweet. So we took him on a nice long walk before he went to bed, and my dad says he barked for about an hour and then went to sleep until about 3, at which time my dad took him out to get busy, and he did 1 and 2, and then he apparently barked until 5:30 when my dad got up, and let him out with like off and on, like with breaks up to half an hour. This is what my dad said. Hey, so Newton was really good in his crate all day, except towards the very end where he started getting a little barky. And then when it was time to go and we let him out, he was a bit activated, so we tried to channel some of that energy into a little bit of toys, and then we went in the car to drive home, and he was a little bit less happy in the car than usual. He was trying to jump up on the seat a lot, and then he came home and he's doing a bit better, but not perfect. But he was really good in his crate all day otherwise. Newton fell asleep after about an hour or a little more, and then I think he slept all night long because he never woke me up through the baby monitor until about 6. We have been in the different part of the house from Newton while he is in his crate at work today, and he has been pretty good. He was barking at first, like for a while at first, and then he quieted down until it was getting like really near lunchtime and he hadn't been out in a while, and then he started being a little bit whiny, but he quieted down enough for us to let him out and feed him and let him do his business. So yeah. So we stopped work about midday today and we went to go on a walk with my friend Piper in the park. And he was pretty exhausted because it's hot out. It's so hot out. But we got him to hang out with us and run around, and we went on a pretty good walk. And my friend Piper is very good with him. She loves puppies. So we went to the movies and left Newton in his crate, and he seems to have been very good. He wasn't making any noise when we got home and didn't make any noise, maybe like one whimper, but it was very impressive. And we took him out, and now we're just sitting in the grass together. He didn't do his business in the crate, and he was very quiet, and he's very calm having gotten out of the crate. It's very good. He's a very good boy. Hey, Newton is on the floor playing with some toys, just chomping away at them. I'm currently waiting for his breakfast to be done soaking. He slept through the night tonight again, so we think we're going to move him up to the first floor from the basement because he did so well the past couple of nights. And also we started transitioning him to Smart Puppy food, Smart Puppy food as opposed to the low residue. So we started that switch today. It's exciting. It's also exciting. Apparently we waited a little too long to take Newton out to do his business because he didn't really give any sign that he needed to go, but he went into the crate, which we'd moved up here because he's going to sleep up here, and he went in there and peed, and then I took him outside, and then he peed and pooed outside. Maureen says not to worry about it unless it happens 3 times, not counting the first night here. So we're not going to worry about it. But, yeah. Newton and I just went on a short walk, which was shorter than normal because it started raining. But he's been very resistant at the beginning of walks these past couple of times. So like little battle of wills, like, I want to just lay here. And we're like, but we want to tire you out. And so he was resistant at the beginning, but then I got him to warm up to going on a walk, and he was such a good dog on the walk. He was very good on the walk, and now we played a little bit with some toys because he was feeling munchy on like my arm. So we played with some toys, and then look, there he is. And now he's moving around and laying down in various places. Yeah. Aren't you, boy? So we're on our way to go sailing with Piper. Newton's going to be in his crate while we're sailing, and we'll let him out to do his business like every so often. And we're with my friend Piper, who is in the front seat with Newton right now. So sailing was successful. Newton was very quiet the whole time in his kennel, and then for the last little bit of sailing it was just Piper and my dad, and I hung out with him, and he was a bit rowdy, and he was a bit rowdy at dinner too, which we ate out, but we ate outside, so we didn't have to worry about him too much, or as much, but he was a little rowdy. Last night we watched a movie because we got home late and fed him and gave him water and didn't want to put him in the crate immediately afterwards, so we watched a movie, so we were up till like 11, and then we put him in this crate upstairs, and he barked for quite a while, so we ended up moving him back to the basement for tonight, but I got to sleep in. I don't know what time the puppy woke up. My dad took him out and played with him, probably a bit later than normal considering how late we went to bed. He's gone outside to do his business 3 times is what I've heard. I think he's pooped all of those times. He didn't pee this latest time when I took him out. He's being pretty nice this morning, not being too violent with the play. It's good. So Newton peed on the floor for a 3rd time. We had to go and return the boat this morning, so we had him do his business and put him in the crate, and then when we got back we took him outside to do his business again, and he did his business, and then we had lunch, and then after lunch, which was fairly short, we took him out again, and then when he came back we were playing, and I noticed that sometime during lunch he'd do his business under the table. So now we're gonna really be taking him out every like 15-20 minutes or more.